Got my eyes straight ahead, got my head in the game. With the red light on, I'm just waiting for the change. Keep my head down low.
So it was only a couple of weeks ago that we were talking about the creator of the Father Ted series, comedy series, Graham Linehan, after his arrest at the airport in the UK. Now we've had this statement come out from the Metropolitan Police in the UK. Very interesting. The backpedaling that seems to be going on. I actually think that they do these things on purpose. The what do you want to put it down as, the elite? I don't know, but there are forces at work here. They just try and push the boundaries, see how far we can take it, see what kind of backlash we're going to get. Then we just bring it back a bit and say, okay, well, this is where we are at the moment. This is how far we can push things, and then we just let things settle down for a little bit, and then in the very near future, then we start pushing back again, and we push it even further again, because we know that this is how far, this is what the public will go along with. But anyway, this story came out, so let's check it out together. So there you go. Met Police halt non-crime hate incidents probes. It's actually pretty ridiculous what they're doing. That's a picture of him if you're watching this on video here. Graham Linehan, the largest police force in the country, in the UK, there, has announced it will no longer investigate non-crime hate incidents. The Met Police there said the incidents do not count as crimes, but are perceived to be motivated by hatred towards certain circumstances, such as race or gender. Or perhaps they're not motivated by that at all, but just by someone who's a comic and trying to make fun of ridiculous circumstances, situations, ridiculous, people. It comes as Father Ted creator Graham Linehan announced he would face no further action after being arrested by armed officers at Heathrow Airport over his social media posts about trans issues. In a statement, the force said, "We understand the concern around this case. The commissioner has been clear he doesn't believe officers should be policing toxic culture war debates with current laws and rules on inciting violence online, leaving them in an impossible position." No joke, impossible, because what are you trying to do? You're trying to find out what people's intentions are when they they put down something that's in their mind is a joke, making fun of something that's really quite silly. Some people's behaviors only a couple of years ago would have been looked at saying, yeah, well, you're right, this is just ridiculous behavior that we shouldn't put up with. But now it's like, oh, it's hate speech. You're pointing out the blatant obvious and putting it in a manner which would have been deemed as funny only a short time ago. The concerning part is that they do go on and say that these incidents will still be recorded and used as valuable pieces of intelligence to establish potential patterns of behavior or criminality. And this is why, like I said before, that I think they will still come back and use this later on. They'll push back further. They'll push ahead further later on in the very near future. They're just trying to get a feel for how far they can push things, how much the general public will put up with things at the moment. They know, okay, this is how far we can push. We can push the law. We can push people's patience with these kinds of issues. Let's back it up. Couple of months, maybe a year or two, whatever. People's, they've started forgetting about it. They've got, we've got a couple of wins here, and then they'll come along and they'll push further. They'll push the boundaries further along once again. He goes, "We will continue to investigate and arrest those who commit hate crimes, allowing us to comply with statutory guidance while focusing our resources on criminality and public protection." The Free Speech Union said they plan to sue Scotland Yard for wrongful arrest of Linehan. Rather than inviting Graham for an interview in September, the Met sent 5 armed police officers to arrest him at Heathrow Airport, they added. So we're not stopping here. Police forces cannot continue to suppress lawful free speech without facing consequences. Listen, I think it's good that they are pushing ahead with legal action towards the Met Police over there. I think that they need to be held accountable and face consequences for their actions. I believe that here in Australia, it'd be good if we started down this road, this path as well, especially when it comes to things like the e-safety Commission and what they are doing to stifle free speech in Australia online. We need someone with resources to take on the e-safety commission here in Australia and show them that they will have to face consequences for what they are doing here as well. Unfortunately, I think sometimes we Australians tend to just sit back and allow things to, well, it's too big, it's too much to fight back. But I believe there are people out there who would be willing to take this to court to argue for the way the e-safety commission and the commissioner is stifling free speech here in Australia. So it would be good if we could have someone stand up and take them on, someone Australian. I think they need to be held accountable and show that there are consequences for the actions that they are taking to stifle free speech. But anyway, good on them for what they're doing over there in the UK. However, like I said, I believe that this is what they do. Generally, the elite, whatever you want to call them, they'll push the boundaries, just try and get things out there, see how far they can push it, just establish what the public are going to actually put up with. When they can work that out, then they'll pull back and hold off for a couple of years, and then they'll continue to push the boundaries again later. Just continually pushing, trying to take away all of our rights. Anyway, that's what I think's happening, but it is a good win at the moment, and hopefully they can hold them accountable, hold the police forces over there accountable, and show them that they will face consequences when they overstep the boundaries. Hey, this is all my opinion. Let me know what you think. You think it's a good thing? Anyway, my name's Jay Fallon. Please go and check out my music. Chuck me some support there. Just give me a stream or something on, iTunes or Spotify. Go on to Jay Fallon Music. Thanks very much for your support. Throw me a comment and a like. I'm Jay Fallon. Thank you for listening.
Got my eyes straight ahead, got my head in the game with the red light on. I'm just waiting for the change.